What's up, guys? Welcome back to episode 13, I think. Maybe 12, 13, somewhere in there. And today we're going to be doing some more fun events. We're going to be doing probably a couple of car builds. Our main focus today is actually going to be getting the Beetle GT, which we're going to utilize for the final championship of the game, unless I just manage to get a hold of a GT1 by then. We're going to do the American, or the, what is it, the Pacific North American League in the S4. And let me scoot my mouse off to over here, because for some reason that still shows. And we're going to do that other main league, and then we'll be working mostly on just prepping for, the big finale. But we are going to do all the other fun events. Like I said, the World Championships is kind of one of the last things we'll do. So let's go in and hit that up. The, what is it, the Pacific League. And these are, of course, on a much stricter horsepower limit, which is a little bit annoying with the S4 being over 550. So I guess we're not running in the S4 this time. So we're actually going to grab the R30 because they've done this now. They've, never mind, I can't use the R30 either. Okay, well that's odd. So that leaves us with really, that's got 700 horsepower. That's got almost 700. Do I not have a car that can compete in this? That's like a proper race spec? That's interesting. Huh. I mean, the S4 is only 40 over the limit, but I feel like getting it down to that point is going to be rather difficult. Let's see. I'm trying to think. Think. That is, why would they do that? That's just weird. The Mines makes too much power. Is the Alltech? Alltech is like mostly stock. I'm trying to think if that's the car I want to use, or if I want to actually get like a proper racing setup car. Because that'll be kind of a dilemma we'll run into, really. Let's see what the Alltech can do. See if there's like a racing modification for it. Because that is a little bit of a problem if since the S4 makes way too much power. So I'm going to Nissan soon. Let's see what we got. If there's even race modifications available for the Alltech GTR. Nope. Okay, so that rules it out because I need the downforce tuning. This is interesting. This is not a situation I realized I'd find myself in, is having a car that doesn't make enough power. So the question is do we go back to roof? Because I'm not opposed to running a CTR2 Sport if I had the money to get a CTR2 Sport. Trying to think of like what the best case scenario would be. The BTR2, I think in that all-wheel drive, it's just rear engine wheel drive, that'd be kind of a nightmare. Huh. This is not a situation I expected to be in. What a predicament we found ourselves in, guys. This is interesting. BMW's not going to have anything that'll be useful for us. I need something that's like going to handle but make that power pretty easily while also being lightweight and kind of inexpensive. I think the Opel Speedster would be a good choice for this if it's in here, which it's not. How unfortunate is that? We got the Vectra. That's the Speedster's hiding, which it's not. Man, I forget how expensive race cars used to be in these older games. Okay, well. What's over here? Ah. So Venturi is French. See if they've got anything. The Atlantic. Oh, they're really expensive. Rather expensive. 2 million credits. My goodness. Okay. What Renault? You got anything cool we can utilize? Like obviously the Clio V6 would be a great choice here, and it makes the steam for it. This is a very, this is like a situation I didn't expect to find myself in, would be, worrying about all this stuff. Fiat Coupe would be a great choice as well, but it's front-wheel drive. I need something that's going to handle rather well. I think the 155 is going to be out of our price range. We got the old 155. That's not. I doubt that's going to make the seam we need to take dubs. That's 1,000,000 credits. So, this is definitely an odd predicament. I'm trying to decide really if I want to do like. Because I'm not opposed to doing a Clio V6. Because I don't feel like it's a car I give enough love in any of these playthroughs. I just don't know if it's got the aftermarket for it. I think we're just going to do a safe bet. And I'm going to go grab a Nissan Skyline. I think. From the used market. Just to save some extra cash. We want a GTST Type M. So 7,000 credits. Say R32. And we're pretty. The reason I chose this is I'm going to get to that limit pretty quickly. Considering, from what I understand, these things are just as good as GTRs when they're modded up. And so the goal is to build a good 550 horsepower GTST that can, you know, be lighter than a GTR and handle relatively similar to a GTR. And be able to beat up on these much faster cars. And also save money at the same time, because saving money is rather nice to do. Now the question is, do we do white or black? You guys know I'm partial to black cars, so let's do the black racing modification. Okay, so now we're going to focus in on the other stuff. We're pretty much going to be focusing entirely on handling. The goal of this car is to spank this group, especially if they're going to drop the horsepower limits and make it where I can't drive the car that I've built for this event, this kind of stuff. I'm going to make it difficult. Now the dilemma is, originally my plan was to run this car in the FR challenge. I was going to get another one of these anyway. So, I mean, this is kind of just, you know, making the build happen earlier. So 318 horsepower off of that. We're running out of money really fast. I thought for sure I'd have more than enough to build this car. The goal is to get it near that 550 mark. And I thought we'd have a pretty okay, easy time doing it. But apparently I might have been wrong on that front. Did I check the intercooler? Okay, I didn't even bother with that. How about that? I need that. The goal of this car is just lightweight, very manageable performance. And I think we'll be able to do that pretty easily with the GTST. Sure, it's not going to have the performance of the GTRs, but I think it's going to do just fine. So 370 horsepower there. I think we're going to weigh very little at that, so 378 with a full engine balancing setup. So nice stuff. All right, port and polish, 386 horsepower. It looks like that's going to be our final number in terms of horsepower. Oh, never mind. Displacement increase. That's something I haven't seen at all this playthrough. So 390 horsepower. So we are very below the limit, which is a little bit unnerving considering this is a fully built car. So we're really gonna have to rely on some good luck and just the tracks being extremely technical, because that's gonna be where this car is gonna be able to run away, is just on a very technical track. Come on. Apparently not good at buying parts anymore. This is going to be tough. I think this might be some of the toughest races we've done in a while. Considering we're significantly under the power limit. And sure, it might have been easier to attempt to get the S4 in spec. But I don't think there's really anything that can be easily messed with on that front that would allow us to do that. So I'm trying to think if there's anything else we can do to bump the power up on this car, because I honestly think that's going to be our biggest limit, is being under 400 horsepower. But I guess let's go see what we're weighing in at, because that's going to be a huge thing here. 2,300 pounds. I mean, that's a solid power to weight, but I mean, if we're running against anything that's fairly fast, we're going to be in trouble. So I guess nothing better to do but just send it. I honestly think we're going to be taking some fat L's. I don't think this car was probably the best choice. I expected it to make a lot more power. And of course, we're going right away into a very fast track in midfield. I'm actually going to take my wrist brace off. I mean, I've been wearing it throughout the last few episodes because I pinched a nerve, but we're going to do some settings stuff here. We're going to, oh, that's spring rate. We don't want to mess with that. Ride height. So usually keep it 10 inches above on the rear. We're going to crank the stabilizers up a level to 4. In the transmission, we're going to bump up our gear ratio to about 13. We'll do 11 for now, considering it was already on like 7. Downforce, we're going to ramp up because I want this car to handle as best as it can. Even if that means we're taking a hit on top speed. So this is going to be interesting, guys. I don't think we're going to be taking many W's this video. I think, honestly, if we can even make it out with 1 win in this entire series, I'll be considering ourselves lucky. We've got Supras and stuff out here. I mean, we've got a pretty good weight advantage right now, considering we're in a racing modified car. But we're immediately getting left behind. Hey, oh, wow. The Corvette looks like it's going to be the biggest thorn in our side here. Oh, a little bit off-roading did not help my case there. Sounds good. I like how this thing sounds. Come on, you're kidding me that a 390 horsepower Skyline is going to be able to put this big of a gap down? Come on, grip up. It does handle better than the Audi, but that actually is kind of surprising. I'm more surprised that we're running away so easily. I fully expected this to be a fight from last to even finish on the podium, but it looks like I may have spoken a little too soon on that front. Apparently they can't handle for crap. This thing does handle surprisingly well, I will say that. Like, obviously a GTR would probably be way faster than this, considering this is probably an RB20. So the 2-liter straight 6 turbo. But it drives really well. No 6th gear either, which is kind of a sticking point. I don't think any of the R32s had 6 speeds, or R33s for that matter. I think the 34 was the first one to have a 6-speed trans in it. Come on. Like, they're keeping up, but it's almost like racing the S4 in the last video. Or in the last national event. So I think we didn't do a national event last video. That was Rally. How in the world is this car running away so easily? Whew. It really does handle really well. It's really balanced. There's not a lot of understeer. There's no oversteer. It just kind of grips up and goes. Pretty high speeds too. I mean, 160 going into turn 1. R32 is killing it though. I'm pretty impressed. This thing does handle surprisingly well. Third to last corner. into the final chicane to get up the hill. And into 5th gear. And across the line with a fairly drama-free win somehow. That makes no sense. I mean, it's a 550 horsepower event, and I was almost 2 seconds ahead of 2nd place. And, you know, sure, this car's racing modified and all that stuff, but that should have been... I should have been curb stomped. I don't understand that at all. But Skyline, kind of impressed. We got a new car. Okay, so let's see what we got. I feel like we get the GT1 from one of these events. One of these 3 races. I'm not sure which one would be it, but I'm fairly certain that we'll get the GT1 from one of these 3 events. See what we got. We got a 300ZX GTS. Oh, wow. I think that's, what, IMSA or something like that? One of those categories. It's kind of cool. I don't know. There's a lot of these cars I'm not planning on keeping, and I'll probably wind up selling, but... You know. Alright, next up to Seattle, a track which I have an unreasonable amount of time on. So, probably will have a pretty okay run on that event there. We're going to start in 2nd as well, just to see if that will help the wheel spin this thing has on takeoff. Should be able to get a lot more hook and be able to get out of here. Probably not as good as the Audi, because the Audi just dominates off the line. For a, well, I guess it's specifically, because it's got America and Japan in it, so. Oh, holy bog. That was an excellent turn 1. So we got a Viper. This is going to be a thorn in our side this race because, I mean, those things got lots of power. Ow. We got to use the weight and the aerodynamics to our advantage here to take this win. Alright, entering onto the back straight. This is going to be where the door will be closed by that Viper. I fully expect it to catch me. Maybe not as violently as the 180SX drag car did in a few episodes ago, but I do expect it to catch me a little bit. The Seattle Kingdome in the background. That was demoed. I think I mentioned that last time we were on Seattle, though, that the Kingdome is no more. All right. Not quite as clean of a turn 1 this lap. Ooh, that was rough. Back end definitely slid out on us a little bit there. Ah. Ooh, lots of understeer there though. But it picked it up. Oh, its back end is out. I was just bragging on how neutral this thing felt, which is my favorite style of handling, when there's not a lot of oversteer and not a lot of understeer either. Neutral handling is my favorite. And it's really hard to achieve. Final lap. That was a really solid one. Back end kind of slid out, but not enough to really upset the car too much. Moving into the front straight, I guess. This like half straight thing. On the brakes. There we go. Let this thing eat on this bridge here. Entering this kind of like chicane here. The Skyline is definitely impressed. I will say the GTST has impressed a lot. Despite its severe power disadvantage, we've got here in Holy Splod. We have taken 2 relatively drama-free wins in the GTST. Pretty impressed. That was a fairly good race, and the car did absolutely wonderful. 1 point again. It's a 550 horsepower event. The car makes 390, and I've been able to get 2 fairly easy wins in the R32. Go ahead and give me that cash. And another prize car. Let's see what we got. I don't know why I'm expecting another JGTC or another older racing car. I've been getting so many of those lately. Let's see what we got. And survey says we got the RX-7 LM edition. It's a pretty good looking car. Again, I'm still not sure of which cars I'm going to keep and which ones I'm going to get rid of, and I'm pretty sure most of those are going to get sold at some point in the very near future to fund other projects that we're going to be doing in this game. Alright, Laguna Seca, the final round of the Pacific League, and the only race standing in our way from starting the championship that pretty much ends the game. Again, we're not going to be doing those any time in the very near future. We're going to be focusing mostly on the other special events, and I just wanted to get everything out of the way and be in the position to be able to do that race series. Ooh, a little bit of a bog there. I forgot to start in second, so it worked out. The Subaru's fast. Come on, get out of the way. NSX is definitely holding us there. Ah, a little bit off-roading there. Almost full throttle through that corner. And right around that Subaru. That is a very quick Subaru, though. But luckily I can power through that corner pretty easily. That one as well, really. All of them are running off-road. Ooh, lots of spin, lots of sliding there. Ooh, come on, hook up. Alright. Fairly drama-free there. Entering lap 2. The little 2-liter is screaming. And this Skyline, the RB20 DET is just really impressing me right now. Ooh, lots of understeer there. I probably could make that flat out. Probably, I'm gonna try that next lap. I'm gonna go through that corner flat out. A little off-roading. Ah, I wussed out. I had the grip for it. Ah, that's fine. Alright, off we go into the final lap here at Laguna Seca. In the last race holding us from starting the final championship. Let's go. This thing is rolling. Ooh, lots of understeer though. That was rough. Alright, we're going to try to go flat out through here. Might not go well, but I'm going to give it my absolute best. No, we were fine. Oh, that was rough. A little off-roading again. No biggie. All the F1 trucks again, one more time. Seeing them for a minute. Probably should pay attention. And once again, another win. 1.6 seconds between us and the XII behind us. And we came out of there one more time with another win. So despite the odds of getting forced to run a slower car, we were able to come out on top with a win there. And it worked out okay. And one more prize card for the video here. See what we got. Curious to see what that is, because I'm pretty sure it's supposed to get the GT1 from something like this. Could be wrong on that front, but it might be the world title that gets us a GT1, but not entirely sure on that. It was the HKS 180SX drag. Oh my goodness, we wound up with this thing. Man, screw this car. 1,026 horsepower. I mean, like, it just can't corner for anything. I am not even mad. It is a RB26 as well. That's pretty cool. What we could expect to see out of the Alltech, maybe. If we built the Alltech up. But anyway, guys, hope you all enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to leave a like and subscribe for more content coming soon on the channel. Next video, we're going to be probably selling a bunch of cars and attempting to go do some more special events to clear those out in preparation for the final race series in the game. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Have a great day, guys.